Hello and welcome. This is Dwarf Fortress and I am Twisted Logic. In this video we're going to be designing a world with advanced parameters. We're going to be looking for an embark location and preparing carefully for our journey. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. Subscribe for more videos. After we do the embark, I'm going to be uploading this file to the Google Drive that's in the description of this video, and if you'd like to play it, you can download that and put that in your save file location, which I'll go over in this video as well. So if you don't have the Design New World with advanced parameters when you first open the game, you're going to have to create a new world, which we'll do now. Escape to continue. And I'm just going to set this world to pocket, and then history is short, and press Y to go, because we just want to initiate it. It's completed. Enter, accept, and now you should have Design New World with advanced parameters, which we'll click on. Enter. So you're going to have large island, large region, medium region, small island, and small region. The three down here I created in my World Gen text file, which I will also show you now and upload to the Google Drive in the link in the description of this video. Okay, so here's our worldgen.txt, and large island, these are the dimensions of it, embark points, end year. And I'm going to scroll down to my custom world creation parameters, the bottom of the list here. So this one here is new. That one's going to be worked on later. So this one here, Twisted Logic Evil Land. This is a 129 by 257 world. The same amount of embark points, so I leave that default. I set the end year to 300. The beast end year is set to 150, and at year 150 it's going to check that 52% of the mega beasts are still alive. I changed the elevation, rainfall, temperature I set down a little bit, so this is the minimum here and this is the maximum. And I've been playing around with some of these elevation frequency, volcanism frequency. I set it to pole north or south, so there's only going to be one pole. The mineral scarcity I turned down, so minerals are less scarce. So mineral scarcity here is 1300. Up here in the small region, mineral scarcity is 2500. So that means that metal is going to be more frequent, and it's going to be a little easier to find a start location. I was getting frustrated generating these maps, and I would find a cool location, but then there's no metal there. So Mega Beast cap I turned to 300, so there's going to be 300 Mega Beasts to start with. The secret number here I turned up to 999, which I think is the maximum, but I'm not sure. And that's going to allow the possibility of more Necromancer towers to be created on the map. This is the third time recording this video, and the first time I got a pretty cool map where there was 6 towers all in the same area. The evil clouds, I think that's default. I don't know, I kind of kept that low, but I turned the evil square counts up and the good square counts down, as well as the volcano minimum. I turned that up to 99. The I have the region counts here. Mountains and grasslands and hills are the most prominent. Then we have forests and ocean. And I tried to set tundra down, glacier down, desert and swamp down, but these are just baseline. So the rainfall, elevation, drainage are going to play a part in what the tiles become during generation. And the caverns are a little bit different here. I have 5 cavern layers. And these parameters here, the openness and the passage density, they kind of change the caverns from default. And the cavern water minimum I set to 0, so not every cavern layer is going to have water, so you may not get it. So that makes it a little more challenging sometimes. So you can't rely on that. I also set mountain caves higher, 200. I can set that to 300. And the total civilization number I set higher to 75. And this, I had to play around with this because of the amount of extra mega beasts that I added. They would come in and destroy places. And the playable civilization required is 1. And so I'm going to save this. So after you download it from the Google Drive, you can go into the starter pack version that you're using, and then go into Dwarf Fortress, Data, Init, and then paste it over the top of this one. Replace. And now when you load back into the game, so I'll close it and reopen it and get back to the screen. I'll cut that out. Okay, so we're back, and I'm just gonna run Twisted Logic Evil Land, and we're gonna press. We can press E right here, and then we can set all those same parameters. So we can set the end year here. We can set that up or down, and then escape for done. I'm just going to press enter now. Y. Y for yes. The first time it recorded for about 6 or 7 minutes and then cut out. The second time I had a setting wrong, and now this is the third time. So right now we're forming lakes and minerals. And it's going to create the worlds based on those parameters. We already got looks like we have an evil ocean. So it's a haunted ocean. And now it's running through the history. I'm going to press enter, and that's going to kind of pause it, and I can move around and look. So it looks like this is a haunted forest as well. The Blighted Forests, what's the ocean called? The Oceans of Lurking. These red symbols here, and here, and here, and here are volcanoes. What is this one? It doesn't tell me the volcano name, just the Blighted Forests and the continents of emptying. We got some more volcanoes in here, in this lake. We got one over here. Looks like we got a tower right here. The yellow symbols here are elven settlements. This is, up here is a dark goblin tower, dark goblin fortress, and some goblin pits. And then here's an abandoned fortress, an abandoned dark fortress. Looks like the pole's in the north, and let's see what's down here. Got a lot of volcanoes over in this area. So I'm gonna let this run. So C to continue. And I'll cut the video out until the end. We may run this 1 or 2 times. So now I'm gonna hit start playing. And I'm gonna pick region 3. Enter. Dwarf Fortress. So region 3 was the original map from the original recording, which I had started a fortress and I just abandoned it for ruin and started over because the advanced parameter map that I just ran, it was kind of okay, but this one's a lot better. You'll see why in a second. So we're looking at the local map here, we got the region map here, and the world map here. So this region map is slightly zoomed in on this section of the world map, and this local map is zoomed in on where the X is flashing here. And I'll just give you a quick tour. So we got a haunted ocean, seas of tar, we got some swamplands around here. Up here we have goblins and elves. We got a frozen north here. We got a string of volcanoes in this area. So it's North Pole. Down here we have it looks like a goblin took over an elven settlement here. The yellow icons here are elves. The well-looking tiles are, I believe, are caves. And the weird A and E characters are human settlements. So there's humans, there's elves, there's haunted mountains over here. This eye here is a tower. We got 2 towers between some human settlements. We got another tower here. We got another tower here. Another one here. Here's another tower. There's so many towers on this map. I think right in this area we got 1, 2, 3, 4. That one might be abandoned. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Just right in this area. The range of the towers is 10. So if you hit tab, and you can see the neighbors here. Whatever has this red line, they're going to be at war with you. But the tower's range, when you're within 10 tiles of it, it's going to show up here. And I believe we could. There is a situation on this map, yeah, like somewhere right around here if we embark. We got 6 towers. I thought there was also goblins in this area. That's alright, we'll move on. It looks like down here. Yeah, there are goblins here. I believe that when the icon is purple like this, the goblins had taken over the site. So we got some more goblins down here. Some more elves. If I hit tab, I can go between the biomes, the neighbors, the civilizations, which we can pick. I don't see the second civilization. Barricades is circling. Whatever you leave highlighted here is going to be the civilization that you depart from. And if you depart from a civilization that's large like this, you have kind of more options for starting gear, maybe. The crafts of fog, I'm not really seeing where they are. Which is... barricade of circling. Crafts of fog. We're gonna go with the crafts of fog. So whatever, when I tab off of this menu and that's highlighted, that's the civilization that we're a part of. This is the relative elevation over here of the area that we have selected. And then we have a cliff indicator. And then this also tells us about the biomes of the map. If I press F1, it tells me one biome. Press F2, it tells me another. And if there's even more biomes than that in your square, because this square here is going to be where the fortress is, that's going to be the boundaries of the fortress, and you can increase and decrease that with U and K, or H and M. Four by 4 is standard. I like playing 5x5 minimum, and sometimes I'll do a pretty large fortress about this size. I did test once on this computer where I had a full tile like this, but after about a year or so, and I got more than 50 or 60 dwarves in the fortress, it started slowing down. So I'm not really sure what the maximum I can do it yet. But for the purposes of this, where I'm going to be uploading the file to the Google Drive for you guys to download it, I'm going to keep it kind of small just in case. Down here, we got some humans. Let's see where else. So we got a small peninsula here. And then down on this southern island here, we have goblins and humans. 3 volcanoes here. And we have another tower. We have a dwarven settlement here. Some goblins, another dwarven settlement. This might actually be the that civilization, the craft of fog. That might be these 2 blocks right here. So I'm just going to tab over until I see this right here. Where's this? Yeah, that's dwarves. This area here looks pretty cool. We go up here. What's that, 5x5? I like this area here. If I move this here. Let's take a look at the biome. So F1. F1, it's flashing these X's. That's the first biome, and that is a mountain. It's warm. There's no trees. Joyous Wilds. Okay. That's a little bit of an easy mountain. It's got shallow metal, deep metal, and a fluxstone layer. If I press F2, this is Untamed Wilds. It's a tropical savanna, temperature warm. Trees are sparse, which means there will be trees, they're just going to be pretty spread out. Little soil, shallow metal, deep metal, fluxstone layer. The fluxstone layer you're going to want, if you get iron on your map and a fluxstone layer, then you can make steel. It doesn't tell you what type of metals it is. Deep metal could be gold, it could be silver. Same with shallow metal. There's a little bit of soil, which is great. I'm just going to kind of check out the edge of this mountain because I think I want to start over in this area here. Not 100% sure. You move this square around with W, A, X, and D, not S. S is for the sand indicator and mouse control. Untamed wilds, trees sparse to grass, tropical grassland. And then we got some mountains over on this side here. So I'm going to move this with A, one over. So we get a little bit more mountains here. And now I'm going to just hit tab. Okay, we have goblins, a tower, humans, and dwarves, no elves, which is great. Well, you know what the goal of this upcoming series was? We'll build a small fortress here, and then we'll go and attack this tower and try to conquer that tower, and maybe one or two of the goblin settlements here. And if I set a goal like that, I think it'll be pretty nice tutorial, and then we'll see from there. I hit tab again. This is going to be the elevation. This is pretty relatively low elevation in this area. Gets higher up through here, but we have a pretty good slope here. We got an 7 and 8 on the cliffs, so it's flat and then almost like a cliff face. Which, if I move this box, A and W, we have more of that. Let's do maybe here. So we have a decent cliff that cuts across the map. Tab. And we also have a stream running down the middle. This looks pretty good start. We got flux-stone, shallow metal, deep metals with an S, so there's more than one deep metal. Yeah, this is great. So I'm gonna press E to embark. Enter. And now I'm gonna prepare for the journey carefully. And so the reason for preparing carefully is that way, you know, if you just hit go, then when you're learning, then you are not going to know how to think about the next time you play. This particular map, there's not a lot of trees, so I'm going to have to bring in some wood with me, or at least a little bit. I think there's some trees, but not a lot. And I think we're going to be doing a lot of digging. So with this instance, I'm going to bring maybe 3 or 4 miners. So I'm hitting up and down and left and right. And I'm going to go down to this second dwarf and then plus, 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 left, down, over, plus, 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 left, down, over, plus, plus, plus. I'll make him a woodcutter and a carpenter. I'll make him a competent woodcutter and a novice carpenter, and I'll come down here and I'll make him an axe dwarf. This novice axe dwarf. I'm gonna make him a novice dodger. This is he's going to be pretty much our only protection if anything goes bad in the beginning. So novice axeman, novice dodger. Dodging is such an important skill because if you can miss an attack, you don't get hurt. Yeah, okay, so next guy. I'm gonna make him a grower. He's gonna be a competent grower. Novice butcher tanner. And this last guy. Oops. This last guy here. Building designer. Mason. mechanic. And I like to make somebody an appraiser as well. So a competent appraiser. And maybe even a record keeper too. Novice record keeper. So the record keeping ability and the appraiser is going to be pretty good for trade negotiations. And also when we go to our stocks to look and see what we have, we're going to have a little bit more of an accurate number once that skill increases. So now I'm going to press tab and I'm at the items here, and if I press tab again, I'm back to the dwarves. So I have 4 miners, so I'm going to take 4 picks. 1, 2. I'm going to get rid of the anvil, so I'm going to hit minus. The reason for getting rid of the anvil is because I can trade for that later. I'm going to take, so if I have 20 rum here, exactly 20 rum is going to give me 2 barrels of rum with 10 units of rum in each barrel. If I go to 21, I'm going to get 3 barrels of rum, and one of them is only going to have 1 unit, so I'm going to get an extra barrel for 2 points. But I'm going to increase this to maybe bring that up to 41. That'll be 41. This will plump helmet spawn. I'm going to bring up to 11, at least for now. Pigtail seeds I'm going to get rid of. Wait. Pigtail seeds is cloth. I'm actually going to... Maybe I'll set that up actually. Yeah, I haven't set up pigtail cloth in a while. I don't grow those sweet pods or rock nuts. Dimple cup spawn is a dye that they can make, and I don't dye things normally. If I can trade for like emerald dye from the humans, then I'll dye some cloth, but not normally. This is a prepared 1-humped camel brain, and that's food for us, which is delicious. Cave lobsters are also delicious. And club helmets here are also very delicious. The thread cloth bags rope. I'll leave that. That's not important. Maybe take 1 off to get some extra points. The quivers here. Naked mole dog leather quivers. We don't need quivers. We don't have any archers. Let's take that out. Buckets, splints, crutches, I'll take 1 off of each. And the wheelbarrow and step ladder I'll keep for now. Although I don't think I'm going to need the step ladder. I don't think there's going to be any fruit in those trees. It's like a savanna, right? Yeah, get rid of that. The wheelbarrow I can make, but I'll make the wheelbarrow. So now I'm going to add an item. I'm going to hit down here on the Embark. I'm going to hit N for a new item. So N. I'm going to scroll down in this list to wood. Just enter. Oh, I don't have to press enter, just right. And then enter. Now I can increase this with the plus. We'll do about 25 or so. I want to go over and bring a dog. And so 2 dogs, male and female. And 2 cats, male and female. And I used to bring, on some of these embarks I used to bring the pigs. But then my friend Tim told me about bringing turkeys. So we have turkeys in this list. Here we go, turkey hen. So I'm going to bring 6 of them and 2 turkey gobblers. That's going to give us more leather and food than we need. Now, so if I press Shift and F, I can name the fort. Usually I'll hit random a couple times. Let's just see if anything comes up. And then if not, diamond evens, anvil faith, basement graves. That's nice. Basement graves, and then press it. And then you go up and down this list and press enter of scroll down this list of beers. Basement graves of beers. That's good. That's a good fortress name. So then escape. So we're also gonna hit Shift G, and that's gonna be our group name. And I also do the same. Press R for random a couple times. The Hall of Adventures. That's good enough. Escape. Y for the symbol. And now you can scroll up and down this list with the plus and minus key. And first we'll start with a creature, so we'll hit enter. And then down at the bottom there, I'm going to press F. So down here for filter. Then I'm going to type in dwarf. And enter. And then enter again. I'm going to put maybe 7 dwarves. And then I'll add a object. Press F. Anvil, enter, enter. And 1 anvil. Shape. Half moon. 1 of those. So over here on the side here, we have a spear of roses, which we can rename with N. So I'll rename that now. Hit random a couple times. Okay. So front component, enter, and then right, and then we can go down in this list to ancient. Rear component, and then we can go through this list. Ancient knowledge of ancient knowledge, the whirling paddles of cat, and then so the I think that's first adjective, I think. Oh no, the X. The ancient knowledge, the whirling axe of cats. And then escape, done. So that's going to be the name of our symbol. So I'm going to add some creatures in as well. I guess we're going to add some cats in. So F for filter, then cat, enter, and then go down the list, cat, 99. So it's an image of 7 dwarves, an anvil, a half moon, and 99 cats. And now we're going to go to action or relationship. And I'm just going to go down this list to this one. And then I'm going to pick 99 cats. So this is an image of 7 dwarves, an anvil, a half moon, 99 cats. The 99 cats are smeared out into a spiral. And we can go back to action and relationship. And I don't know, we can have the dwarves laughing about it, we can have them praying, we can have the moon laughing. raising. The anvil is screaming, and we'll go back to this, and the dwarves are crying. And then Y for done. So down here, Y for done. Okay, so we have fort name, group name, symbol, and we're almost finished with this. We're just gonna fill up maybe some more wood. 31. Take more food. 31, and a lot more beer. We're just gonna fill up on beer because sometimes I forget to set up brewing pretty early. Sometimes I'll forget that. And we'll actually bring more spawns here, plump helmet spawns, to just get whatever kind of farm we can start early. I'm just gonna fill up. I'm just gonna go like that. Okay, we're all done. And so now embark. Press E. You have arrived. After a journey from the mountain homes into the forbidding wilderness beyond, your harsh trek has finally ended. Your party of 7 is to make an outpost for the glory of all Rishgoth among. There are almost no supplies left, but with stout labor comes sustenance. Whether by bolt, plow, or hook, provide for you dwarves. You are expecting supply caravan just before the winter entombs you. But it is spring now, enough time to delve secure lodgings. The giant lions get hungry. A new chapter of dwarven history begins here, at this place. Basement graves of beers. Strike the earth. Enter. It'll do this, it'll load. Let's take a look at the map a little bit. Okay, yeah, so it looks like we got a cave right here. So you get in, downslope right there, and then you got some cave. We started it right next to it. And, okay, native silver wall right off the bat. I wonder how far down. Yeah, we can't. There's more cave here, but that's as far as that we can actually see. Round lime trees. So we got lime trees, which is great. Coconut palm trees, nice. Oh, so we're not going to get frozen up here. This is a native silver wall here as well. This is a it's a pretty tropical region, so I don't think it's going to get frozen. We got these little these murky pools might actually fill up during the winter time. Or we actually don't have a winter time here, we have a dry and wet season. And now, if you, what is this? Prepared dog lung. Well, it's just sitting there. Okay, so I'm going to press U. I'm going to press escape, and then I'm going to press U. And I'm going to, so I have citizens tab here, left, pets and livestock. Left other. Okay, so there's no other creatures nearby. Dead and missing is 0. So sometimes there's stuff on this. There might be lions here. There might be, I don't know, other creatures are going to show up in that list. Goblins, anything on the map that isn't part of that. So, so if you're new to the game and you didn't know that you could do this, or if you didn't know, you can press tab to get rid of that menu, right? Now we can see this. And if you use the special brackets above enter key, then you can zoom in and out. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Move up to the top of the map here, and then I'm going to scroll through the Z layers with the mouse wheel a little bit slowly. So that's down 1, up 1. If you don't want to use the mouse wheel to scroll up and down the layers, then you can also hit the greater than and less than buttons on the keyboard. So I'm just going to take a look at this terrain. Can I go left more? Okay, this is the top left of the map. Kind of zoomed out a little bit so we can see a lot. I'll just kind of zoom up and down. Kind of check it out. Okay, I'm going to check out down here now. Okay, so it's pretty flat. And we got this kind of cave that comes up, this rock that sticks out with a cave inside, and then we got this rock over in this corner. So this is a pretty cool start. What I'll do is I'll go back to my dwarves here. Let me zoom back in. And sometimes when you're zooming and you're using the mouse controls like me, if you make it too big, sometimes the mouse gets kind of messed up a little bit if you're zoomed in a weird way. Escape. F1. Okay. Tab, 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 tab. Okay, so I'm gonna just save the game, and I'll show you where the save file is generated. Okay, so if you come back to where your starter pack is, and you go 1 deep into that, Dwarf Fortress, Data, Save. This is where your save files are. And you can rename these folders. So, well, current is always empty. Every time I looked at current, it's empty. But I think the game needs that while you're playing. So you don't want to rename that one. But Region 1, Region 1 was that one that we generated that was as an exercise to unlock the advanced parameters, so I'm going to delete that. Region 3 here, I'm going to rename. Basement Graves of Beers. And so I'm going to take this whole folder and I'm going to zip it. I'm going to upload it to Google Drive, and the description is going to be in this video. And you can copy that and put it right in the same location. Dwarf Fortress, version, data, and then save, and you just drop it in here. And when you go to open the game after you rename it like that, I'll just show you real quick. You press continue to start playing, and then the folder name is Basement Graves of Beers. And so that's how I kind of differentiate between my fortresses. Well, if you enjoyed that video, hit thumbs up and let me know what you think in the comments. Subscribe for more videos. Thank you very much.